What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, I want to give you guys a quick market update as Bitcoin is starting to show some potentially bullish signs on the higher time frames. So I want to take a look at those. However, on the medium hourly time frames, we do have some things that don't look that good. So I want to break down both of those things and kind of let you guys know which way I am leaning. And on top of that, guys, we're going to be taking a look at some key levels you need to keep your eye on, as well as a potentially bullish pattern forming on the higher time frames with an extremely interesting technical target. So we're going to be looking at that. But before we get into it, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and click that notification bell so you don't miss any of these urgent market updates or awesome tutorials that we upload to the channel. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and jump into the charts. I'm going to show you guys those key levels, some of the things that are worrying me on the medium hourly time frames, and then we'll take a look at those higher time frames where that bullish hopium lies, and we'll take a look at that bullish pattern with that super interesting technical target. Let's get into it. So, guys, here we are on the Bitcoin chart. Now, real quick, I want to hide that TA, and I just want to come on over to the medium hourly time frames and start to take a look at some of those things that may be a little bit alarming. And that main thing I'm looking at is here on Market Cypher B, and that is the money flow coming to the downside pretty smoothly, guys. You can see just consistently coming out with that money flow. This is typically a bearish signal, and if we get that crossover into the red, I think we could potentially see a little bit of a bigger move down for Bitcoin, because as you guys know, the money flow on this indicator does typically indicate the longer term trend, right? So if we get that crossover into the red, that is where I would be expecting a bigger move down. And if we come up to the 2 hour, you can see it's not coming out as smoothly as on the 1 hour, but you can see we did make a slightly lower high right here with our money flow. So that would technically be more of a bearish sign. Now we also have the VWAP coming down on the 2 hour as well, looking for a red dot to print here very soon. And if we work our way up to that 3 hour, this is where you get a little bit of mixed signals. Money flow flying to the upside on the 3 hour. However, your 4 hour is still looking a bit bearish. You guys can see here we came into the green for a second, back into the red, and it actually looked like we may have been making a little bit of a higher low on this money flow, but we are currently getting rejected at that 0 line. So that would be a little bit more of a bearish sign. So the medium hourly time frames, the only thing that really worries me here is the money flow. You can see that this money flow is also coming out on the 90-minute, and it's not just the money flow, but it's the combination of these specific time frames having money flow coming out along with some red dots on the higher hourly time frames. A lot of times when we see this, the red dots on the higher hourly time frames like the 8 hour, the 12 hour, the 16 hour, and then we start to see money flow crossovers into the red on these medium hourly time frames, sometimes it could wind up giving us an extremely strong move to the downside, or at least just some kind of a move down, right? So you can see 90-minute money flow is starting to come out. 1 hour is clearly coming out. Your 2 hour is starting to make a lower high here. And then obviously that 3 hour is the one little curveball, but then your 4 hour also getting rejected at the 0 line. So once we come up to the higher time frames, guys, you can see here our 12 hour is looking for that red dot very soon, and that money flow is also getting rejected at the 0 line. Now, this isn't necessarily indicative of, a massive dump down to 0, but it would technically indicate more of a bearish sentiment than a bullish one, at least in the shorter term, right? Or shorter medium term. 16 hour also looking for that red dot, and your money flow is also getting rejected at that 0 line. You can see a harsh, sharp turn back to the downside there. So that is some of the things that have me a little bit worried. It's the red dots on these time frames, as well as the daily VWAP curving down, and again, money flow in the red. This was skirting back to the upside pretty quickly, I believe yesterday, but now it is just clearly coming to the downside. So again, that is another thing that has me a bit worried. However, with that VWAP coming down, if we print that red dot on the daily, while your 90-minute starts crossing over into the red, this is kind of the medium hourly time frame and the higher hourly time frame confluence I'm talking about. 1 hour, 90-minute, 2 hour money flow coming out, 12, 16, and daily red dots, or 12 hour, 16 hour, and daily red dots could wind up coming together and kind of joining forces to give us a bigger move down. So those are some of the things that are a little bit concerning to me, guys. However, it's not all doom and gloom. But before I show you guys the bullish hopium on those higher time frames, I do just want to show you guys some key levels and some more of the local ranges that we are looking at here. So let's go ahead and turn on our TA rather. But you can see here, guys, Bitcoin just continuing to trade in this sideways range. And as you guys know, we always look at the markets in terms of these ranges. So we get these big moves up, and then eventually price starts to range. And sometimes you got to sit on your hands on these big moves and just wait for price to kind of find a little bit of a range. We finally found it though, and this range has been respected for the most part, as we are rejecting the highs, coming to the lows, and getting bounces off the lows back to the highs. And as long as we remain in this range, guys, I will continue to trade this as a sideways range or a volume profile, as we typically trade them, looking for shorts at the highs and longs at the lows. And we actually did catch a nice little scalp long here in the premium Discord. We did put that setup up there on the premium Discord, looking for that move and the deviation outside of that value area low to put that bullish divergence in on the 15-minute. And if we pull up the chart, you can see we could come down to that 15-minute time frame, and you can see once Market Cipher decides to spawn here, we did wind up getting that deviation slightly out of that value area low. And we did wind up getting the lower low on our price action with the higher low on our momentum waves, giving us that bullish divergence. Absolute sniper entry there. Little deviation out, bullish divergence prints. Money flow is coming up right after this, right? Money flow smoothly coming to the upside. Actually took a little while to cross into the green. Kind of got bing-bonged around here for a little bit, but then eventually we finally got that shot up to the value area high, which was technically the final target for this trade, depending on your risk tolerance. But yeah, that one wound up playing really nicely, and that's all we're doing, guys. We're catching scalps from the scalp shorts from the highs, scalp longs from the lows, and then if this thing breaks to the upside and you were able to take profit here and leave a little bit of a moon bag in that trade for a potential breakout, if this winds up breaking higher, you will have gotten a very, very nice entry. So shout out to anybody in the premium Discord that saw that setup. But the key levels essentially remain the same, guys. You can see here, your value area low is going to be your key level of support. But as of right now, let me go ahead and get rid of this position here. As we reject that value area high, guys, we would technically expect price to work its way back down towards that POC and potentially the value area low. So I will be continuing to treat this as a sideways range, and that major level to the upside that we need to break to come to higher prices remains the purple box right here at about $25,350. If we can hop above this purple box, flip it to support, it gives us a chance to attack this 786 fib level at about 25,677, and then that opens up the door to attack this golden pocket again, which will in turn open up the door to some much, much higher prices. Next major target to the upside, if we get a big breakout, will be the 786 coming in right here at about 28.8K, and then if we could get above that, we will likely, this is going to be an important level, guys, because if we could flip this level to support, it will be very likely that we can make a move up to the previous value area high of this area of consolidation, which does come in at about $31,000. Now, speaking of that level, guys, the value area high of this previous area of consolidation, the reason why that is such an interesting target, not only is it the value area high of that previous range, however, if you go ahead and if we pull this chart up, guys, and we come to the higher time frame, I believe this is the 8 hour. It does look like on some of these higher time frames that we may be starting to form some kind of a macro bull pennant, which could wind up breaking to the upside. We might just come in here. This would be absolutely brutal and boring to watch happen. But once you get that breakout, if it happens, guys, this could wind up being a big move up. And if you take that technical target, it does wind up bringing you right up to that around $30,000 to $30,500, which is eerily close to that value area high of that previous range that we just looked at. And actually, it brings you right into this range, right? So that would make a lot of sense if we just kind of make a little bull pennant here, get that breakout, and that technical target will bring you to the target that we already have our eyes on. The magic of TA, if that plays out, this is what I love about TA, guys, is, no guarantees that happens. That might break down. There's not 100% chance that happens. No guarantees. But, if that winds up happening, things like that happen all the time on the chart. And it's just super interesting that it's like, hey, look at that technical target, breaks us right up to the target that we were looking at anyway. It's just a little bit of confluence. So keep an eye out for that bullish pennant on those higher time frames. We could be starting to form it. The only downfall to that is while we kind of bing bong around inside of that pattern, things could get pretty boring, but just another bullish puzzle piece to keep an eye on. And on top of that, guys, again, like I said, the higher time frames, other than that potential bullish pennant that could be forming, we also have green dots printing on a lot of these higher daily time frames. The 3-day is printing a green dot. Your 4-day is also printing a green dot. Your 5-day is almost about to print a green dot, and your money flow is still curving to the upside. So money flow on these higher time frames are looking good. 6-day green dot is also printing, and your weekly, it has still got the VWAP flip happening with your red dot and immediate green dot printing right after, and your money flow is finally starting to curve back to the upside. So that does have me feeling good in the longer term. But now you guys have the key levels to watch, and you kind of know where, if we get above that purple box, hold it as support. That's where we can get that big break up. And don't forget to keep your eye on that bullish pennant potentially forming on that 8-hour time frame. And guys, with all that being said, I think that's all I got for this market update. Let me know in the comments down below if you like these quick, urgent market updates that we upload. This week we uploaded, I think, almost every single day. But I'm thinking about getting a little bit more of these out to keep you guys a little more updated between the morning time and my live stream at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And guys, with all that being said, that's all the time I got for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Frankie Candles out.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor.